Hey, hello. So let us look at some problem set questions, number 95. All right, find the equation of the line that has positive slope and is tangent to the circle at one of its y-intercept. Write your answers in form of y equals mx plus b. All right, now. So then, in this case, basically, let us try to sketch the graph first. Then here we have. Uh, So I'm gonna take a graph right over here, and this is a circle with the center 1, 1, and radius is radius is equal to 2. So 1, 1, radius is 2. All right, so that's basically what's happening. All right, now, and it's tangent to the circle at its y-intercept. So that means it is tangent at this location, right over here. And since it has positive slope, then it would have been going out this way. So therefore, if I were to have a line segment that passes through, it would have been something like this. All right, something along that line. Then, what would be the equation of the first? Why don't we try to find out the y-intercept, because that will get us at least the b value. Then, in order for us to find the y-intercept, that means x is equal to 0. So by plugging 0 for x, then we'll end up having 1 plus y minus 1 square equals 4. By subtracting 1, we get y minus 1 square is equal to 3. Then y is minus 1 is equal to plus or minus radical 3. Now, since we are looking at something of positive here, that means our value should be y equals 1 plus radical 3 instead of minus radical 3. So we know that that value is right over here. Then, second thing is we need to figure out the slope, which is equal to m. How do you find out the slope? Because this point is 0, 1 plus radical 3. That's right. Since if you draw a line segment from center to the point of tangency, we know that it's a right angle. So therefore, if I know this slope of the blue line segment, purple line segment, that means we should be able to figure out the slope of the line that which we are looking for. How are we going to find the slope? Simply by the slope formula. So slope must be, because our center is 1, 1, change of y, which is 1 plus radical 3 minus 1, this one minus this one, over 0 minus 1, which will be equal to radical 3 over negative 1. Then slope that which we are looking for, the line will be negative reciprocal of it. So that basically means this is perpendicular. Then slope must be radical 3 over 3. Or maybe I'll just write it as 1 over radical 3, which is equal to radical 3 over 3. So I think we found everything. We found the slope, we found the y-intercept. Then we should be able to figure out the equation. That is, y equals radical 3 over 3, x plus 1 plus radical 3. And that becomes our final answer for number 1, or number 95. Number 96, find the equation of the line passing through this point and through the point of intersection between this one and this one. Write your answer. So, in fact, since find the equation since it passes through this point, and this is the x-intercept, so we know one value. So let us try to find the intersection of these two lines. So I'm going to just rewrite this one: 2x minus y plus 1 equal to 0, and 3x plus y minus 16 is also equal to 0. Then interestingly, when you add up these two equations, we have 5x minus 15 has to be equal to 0, which tells us that x has to be equal to 3. Now if x equals 3, then what's the value of y? So let me just try to use this first one. Then using this one, we have 2 times 3 minus y plus 1 has to be equal to 0. That means y value would have been equal to 7. That's right. So then one point that we know is 3, 7 from here. That's the intersection. And another point is negative 4, 0. So we can find the slope of this line would have been 7 minus 0 over 3 minus negative 4, which would have been equal to 7 over 7. And I know that slope is equal to 1. That means since the slope is equal to 1 and passes through this point, we can say y minus 0, which is equal to 1 times, since slope is 1, x, and the point was a negative 4, so we end up getting positive 4. So once you simplify this one, y equals x plus 4 becomes your answer. Alright. Then let us look into the next question. From the point 0, negative 5, tangent lines are drawn to the circle. Find the slope of each line. So in fact, you know what? I don't know what the slope is, but if I were to just sketch the graph a little bit here, then we would have gotten something like this. Here we have x value is 3, 0. And the slope is equal to, the radius is equal to 2. Alright, that would have been the circle. And then from a point 0, negative 5, so point that which we are looking at is 0, negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically what we're looking for is trying to draw a line that goes something like this, or that goes something like that. Either way, we have two options. First option, second option. So then, let us try to figure out that together. You see, both lines, line 1 and line 2, will have the form of y equals mx minus 5. We just don't know what m is. So then, since this is true, we can put this one in place of y, then we'll end up getting, let's expand everything together. Here we have x minus 3 squared plus mx minus 5 squared is equal to 4. Then we end up getting x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus m squared x squared minus 10 mx, and then plus 25 must be equal to 4. Alright, bring everything onto one side. Here we have m squared plus 1 is the coefficient of x squared here. In front of x we have plus negative 10m and minus 6x, and then our integer becomes here plus 30 is equal to 0. So then let us put things together here. The fact that the word tangent between the line segment and then the circle, it tells us that the discriminant has to be equal to 0. That means, let me write down the discriminant in this way. Negative 10m minus 6 squared minus 4 times a, which is equal to m squared plus 1, c becomes 30 is equal to 0. Then let us try to do them together. So here, if I have to square this one becomes 100m squared, and then plus 120m, and then plus 36, and minus 4m squared, actually, since we have to multiply by not only negative 4 but 30, then we'll end up getting 120 m squared, and then minus 120 equal to 0. Then what can we do? So this becomes negative 20 m squared plus 120 m, and then 36 minus 120 is negative 84 equal to 0. So, and then we realize that negative 4 seems to be common factor. Then here we have 5m squared minus 30m, and then plus 21 equal to 0. Then we can factor this one. So 5m and m, and we could have negative 7, and then oh, actually it's not factorable in this way, right? So we're just gonna use the quadratic formula here. Then what do we end up getting? M will be 30 plus or minus square root of this one, which is equal to 900 minus 4. A becomes 5, C becomes 21, all over 2 times 5. That becomes 30 plus or minus 900 minus, so let's try to do this one using our calculator. 900 minus here 20 times 21, so it becomes 480 over 10. So then this becomes 30 plus or minus, so here we have we could factor out 16 times 30. So in other words, 4 square root of 30 over 10. Then it becomes 15 plus or minus 2 radical 30 over 5. So obviously the first one is the higher one, second one is the lower one. One with the higher one is the slope of 1 is 15 plus 2 radical 30 over 5, and the slope for the second one must be 15 minus 2 radical 30 over 5. Alright, let us move on to the next question. Number 98. So we have find the equation of the line that passes through this point, whose x and y intercepts are equal. So then here, if I were to simplify the picture, here and then the point would have been somewhere around here, 3, 2. The thing is, this value is a, then this value must be also equal to a. They're equal to each other. The fact that x and y intercepts are equal to each other, slope has to be equal to -1, because change of y is negative a, while change of x is positive a. So we know that slope is equal to -1. So then all we have to do is find the equation of the line that passes through this point. And then in this case, one option is y minus 2 by the point slope form of a equation, negative x minus 3. So that's one answer. But another answer would have been this. You see, who says the x-intercept and y-intercept has to be non-zero value? What if you have to be 0? Then this is basically what's going to be happening. Then our equation of this one becomes y equals 2/3 x, and there is no y-intercept, so we're just going to leave it this way.